Hey, what's up? Hope all is well. It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be comparing the Samsung Galaxy A15 versus the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. And so I have both of the phones right here and we're going to compare them side by side. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you stay locked in to the end of the video. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. All right, so let's talk about these phones right here. We're going to be comparing them. One of the things I like about budget phones is that they are very cost effective. But one of the things about Samsung budget phones is that they actually give you a lot of value. You might want to know which one is the right one for you. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking about all of that. So make sure you guys stay locked into the end of the video. Yeah, let's go ahead and compare both of these phones. First, I want to start off by talking about the camera lenses on the back. Obviously, they're going to have very similar camera lenses on the back. As far as these lenses, you can see that the Samsung Galaxy A15 is going to have smaller lenses than the lenses on the left, which is the A16. So yeah, they're actually going to give you similar camera setups. You have a 50 megapixel main camera on the both of these phones, so they both have that 50 megapixel main camera. They also both have the 5 megapixel wide angle camera, and then they both also have the 2 megapixel on board. So yeah, and then next thing I want to talk about, you do see that they both have flash right here, so you can get the flashlight as well. At the top of the devices, you're going to see a microphone, and this is where things get different, because when I flip it upside down and show you the bottom of the phones, you can see that the A15 does actually still have a headphone jack, whereas the A16 won't have the headphone jack. You have a single firing speaker, you have your Type-C port, and then you have your microphone. Now, looking at the other side, you do see that we have this extended area right here, which is going to house our volume rocker and our power button. I kind of like that because when you're touching the phone, it actually gives you a place to feel, so you can kind of identify what you're touching. And so they both have the same exact texture with that raised lip, which is going to let you know that's where it is. So I definitely like that part. Then they both have expansion of the storage on both of these devices. So yeah, I actually have my SIM card in the A16. Looking at it about on the side, it does look like it's a lot thicker on the A15. So they actually made it a lot slimmer on the A16. And you could definitely see that it's much slimmer on the A16. It's also a little bit taller on the A16. So one of the things about these phones is they both stand up on their own. They have those flat sides and everything like that, which is going to really be cool to when it comes to holding it. It definitely feels really good in the hand for both of these devices. And yeah, they both have the 13 megapixel on the front, and that's going to house the the camera. You can see it does also have the waterfall notch. When I put them on full brightness, you're going to notice that they both have pretty much the exact same brightness level. So let me just put them side by side and kind of show you, but we're going to be talking about the displays separately. First, I just want to continue to talk about the build quality. So you can see, obviously, both of them have a little bit of a chin on both of these devices, which is pretty straight. They both have that really good One UI software as well. You're going to get a different aspect ratio on both. So the aspect ratio is a little bit different on both of these devices. And that's something that I wanted to talk about, because you get 20:9 aspect ratio on the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. And then on the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G, you're going to get 19:59 aspect ratio. And that's because it's a little bit taller. It's also a little bit slimmer, and it's also a little bit thinner. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, both of these devices do actually are pleasing to use. And so, yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about the hardware on here. So yeah, you could actually see on the back, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about, is the back of both of these phones does gather fingerprints. However, the A15 5G right here will handle them a little bit better, but it does gather those oils as well. To get them off, you're gonna have to either put a case on the back or just carry a nice, cloth like this one, and then you can easily get those off. It will scratch a little bit. As you can see, I do have a little bit of smudging going on right here, but nothing too crazy. On the A16, I've been using this phone since I got it without a case. So I haven't had any cases on this one at all. No screen protector at all. And it's actually been holding up pretty well. There is a couple of scratches on the display that I kind of want to show you right here. It's going to be like in this area. So I don't know if you can see that, but they're basically, once they happen, obviously you're going to notice it, but after a few days, you actually forget that they're there. So yeah, it's going to have Gorilla Glass 5 on the Samsung Galaxy A16. As far as the Samsung Galaxy A15, I'm not sure what type of glass it has, but they both offer really good protection when it comes to the glass that they're using. So yeah, I definitely think that both of these budget to mid-range type devices actually work well. Reason I call them mid-range devices is because of the software updates, and that's kind of where I wanted to lead into it. So we actually are getting IP54 water resistancy on the A16, which the A15 does not have any water resistancy. So they actually gave that improvement to it. I think what happened was when they removed the headphone jack on the A16, they were able to implement that. And so you still get the headphone jack on the A15 right here. But because they removed it on the A16, they, instead of getting the headphone jack, you actually get water resistancy. So that's something that they added that's going to make it a little bit more standout-ish, I suppose. And yeah, that's going to make it a little bit better. So they both have that AMOLED panel. They don't give you always on displays. So when it comes to the displays, it's not going to be the always on, but you could do the double tap to wake to see your notifications. I really like this double tap to wake to get to the notifications. It's like really solid. And then obviously you're going to get that facial recognition on both when you tap it just by looking at the displays. Also, the fingerprint sensors actually work really well. You do have that side portion right here where you can kind of feel the fingerprint a little bit easier. And then the volume rockers, you could hear the click. So this is the A15 and this is the A16. So the A16 has a little bit more click to the button. I kind of prefer the click on the A16 button compared to the A15. It doesn't have like a click. It's just like a hollow sound when you press it. So yeah, both have chins and a waterfall notch at the top. As far as the displays, like I said, the A15 is going to have a 20:9 aspect ratio. The A16 is going to have a 19:5:9 aspect ratio, but they're both going to have full HD 1080x2340 displays with 396 pixels per inch on the A15. And then you're going to get 385 pixels per inch on the Samsung Galaxy A16. So yeah, the waterfall drop notch on both 90 hertz displays. You do get really good peak brightness on both 18. Good peak brightness on both. So about 824 peak brightness on the A16, 800 peak brightness on the A15. So yeah, very comparable. I do actually have a software update right here on my Samsung Galaxy A15 right here. And right here it says it's the January 1st. So yeah, we could download that. The A16 is already going to be on the January 1st software. So let me show you right now that if I go into all the way at the bottom, it does say January 1st here at the bottom. So you can see how fast the update takes to, load up on the A15. So that's really cool. I'm gonna install it just so that they're even, and then we'll talk more about both of these devices. All right, so let's talk about pricing on the Samsung Galaxy A16 right now on Amazon. This device is actually $199, and then they actually add in a $25 Amazon gift card. So that's actually an incentive to buy it, because you actually get $25. You could probably you can spend on a pair of earbuds with that $25 gift card. So yeah, this thing does gather a lot of fingerprints. After a while, you stop caring about it. But yeah, you can see that the software update is now ready for the Samsung Galaxy A15 right here. So now it's on January 1st. So I'm just going to wait for this to load up while I'm talking. But yeah, the A15 is, you could actually get the A15 for around $199 as well. But I've also seen it for about $149, depending on which model you get it. So you could actually get it renewed for $138 as well. Or, you know, if you get the different versions of it, obviously it's going to be a little bit less money. So the T-Mobile renewed version is $99 for the A15. But if you want to get it brand new, obviously you're going to have to spend a little bit more. But both of these devices, yeah, they both are really compelling to get. And that's because of the software updates that we're getting on here. So we're going to get 6 years of updates on the Samsung Galaxy A16. And we're actually getting 4 years of updates on the Samsung Galaxy A15. So I think that's really solid for both of these devices. I definitely salute to Samsung for actually doing that. I think right now Samsung is the leader of, you know, mobile phones worldwide because of that reason. And the simple fact that they can support these devices so long holds a lot of weight and value in the smartphone game. And so, yeah, I think that they are dominating the industry when it comes to, you know, not only their phones, but also their software, because the simple fact that they have the ability to release so many different updates on their devices makes it like dominate the market. So I definitely wanted to compare both displays side by side. So you could just kind of look at them and kind of tell me which one looks better. All right, so right now I just press play on both of these devices. We have the Samsung Galaxy A15 on the bottom, Samsung Galaxy A16 at the top. Just keep in mind, I do have a anti-glare screen protector on the A15, so I think that makes it look really good. I don't have one of those on the A16, so let me increase the brightness all the way up. Oh man, the A15 looks absolutely gorgeous with the colors and vibrance. Let me switch angles real quick, make it closer to me on the A16 now. Oh my, this is crazy, Lord have mercy. So let me show you right here. This is both of them side by side. You can see you get a little bit more of a screen to work with, but man, these phones look absolutely gorgeous. And let me just kind of zoom in a little bit here so I can show you what I'm talking about. Make that a little bit more even, and the colors are very, very gorgeous on both of these devices. So, you know, it's almost a dead tie. They have exactly identical displays on both of these, but I wanted to jump into the cameras as well as the gaming performance, and then we'll do some more testing. All right, so we're gonna do a sample of the speakers on the A16 real quick. So let me bring the microphone directly next to the speakers, and I'm gonna hit play. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing with the Samsung Galaxy A15. Volume is over the All right, so yeah, let me know which one did a better job when it came to the overall audio quality on both of these. All right, so that definitely was pretty close when it came to the overall speakers. Now I just want to do a test to kind of test out, the gaming performance. So we're going to load up PUBG on both of these devices and see which one actually has better performance. You can see the A15 is taking a little bit long to go back. So sometimes that phone will lag a little bit more, I noticed, than the A16 5G. So in the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G, I really do like the graphics and the gameplay on this processing chip. It's the MediaTek Dimensity 6100, and I haven't had any issues when it came to gaming on this processing chip. I think it's definitely one of the best budget processing chips. And so like everything is very fast. It feels really quick when it comes to the movements. It's very accurate and precise as well. So you can see right here, really good detail when it comes to the graphics. I definitely like the movement of the player. The buttons actually are very responsive too. So yeah, you can see right here, a little bit easy to cover up the bottom speaker if you put your hand over top of it. So I just want to mention that as well. It also does have 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128. Also when it comes to the storage. But yeah, I haven't had any issues with this processing chip whatsoever when it comes to gaming. I think it's very responsive and it's very quick as well. Now, as far as the graphics, if you go right here and go to graphics, you actually get ultra when it comes to the frame rate, and you get smooth when it comes to the graphics on the A15 5G. Now we get the Exynos 1330 on the Samsung Galaxy A16. So yeah, that's just something I want to mention. As far as the Exynos 1330, it's actually, in my opinion, I do actually prefer the, the Dimensity 6100 Plus. You can see we get smooth and high. We don't get that ultra setting on here. But as far as overall movement and, like responsiveness, it still feels pretty good. I feel like that, I'm saying the one on the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G, which is the Dimensity 6100, might be a little bit smoother and faster. It might score a little bit higher on the Geekbench too. So yeah, it's gonna probably be able to handle more. But as far as this gameplay right here, I don't have any issues with this gameplay right here. I definitely think it's pretty decent. Just keep in mind, yeah, I did see a little bit of lag right there. So the Dimensity 6100, when it comes to gaming, I definitely think it might be a little bit more more powerful, and it might be more reliable. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the processing chips. I like the Dimensity 6100 more than I do like the 1330 from Exynos. So I just kind of want to mention that. But yeah, obviously this one will be able to game very well. You won't have any issues or anything like that. So it does feel pretty smooth overall. So yeah, it's just the overall preference for me that I kind of do prefer that 6100. Somebody's running up to me real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I did get first blood right there. Yeah, but I kind of do prefer the 6100, although I don't have any issues with this chipset whatsoever. So I want to do a speed test on both of these phones. So I'm going to close out all the apps and make sure they're all closed. So it does say they're all closed. Let's do YouTube 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was the A16 right there. Let's try the Play Store 1, 2, 3. That was real close because it was like last minute type deal. Let's try like another app right here. So let's try something that let me see which one we can do. Let's do Amazon Where's Amazon at? Let me see. I see it on this one. Let's pull it up on this one. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can get a win for the A15 right here. So yeah, the A15 did get that one. So the A15 opened up Amazon quicker. Let's do AliExpress. 1, 2, 3. That was the that was the A15 again. So it's kind of tied up right now. So let's do Audible. 1, 2, 3. Next, we're gonna do the Bible app, and it looks like that was the A15 right here, but it actually wasn't logged in all the way. So let's do IG. 1, 2, 3. That was the A16 by a really close margin. Let's do a couple more. Let's do the Bible app. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let me know which one you think is better when it comes to the app opening test right here. So this is just the speed test, but that was the A16 that just got that one. So let's do one more app just so I could kind of get some resolve here. Google. That was the A16. Okay, so yeah, A16 does seem to have a little bit better performance when it comes to app opening, but as far as gaming performance, I definitely would recommend the A15. So yeah, that's my opinions right there. So overall, I definitely think both of these devices are really solid. Obviously, you're going to get the waterproof rating on the A16 over the A15. You're going to get the headphone jack on the A15 over the A16. They both have A and C. Both you're going to get more taller and slimmer on the A16, but wider and smaller on the, and a little bit more thicker paws on the A15 5G. So yeah, it just depends on your personal preference. You're also going to get 6 years of updates versus 4 years of updates on the A. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to get the 4 years, and then the A16 is going to get the 6 years. You also do have that texture, which is a lot different on the back, but overall they both pretty much do the same thing as far as the cameras. One of the things I did notice is that when I was comparing the cameras and I go into video, the wide angle is actually available for video on both of these devices after I did the update. This is the front facing camera. If I press record right now and I show you, wait, did I press it on this one? Okay, there we go. So you can see that the button to flip the camera is not there on the A15 right here. So the button's not there. You can't flip the camera while you're recording, but you can flip it on the A16. So that's one of the things I like. Then when you turn it right here, you do get the wide angle on both. So they actually give you the wide angle on both when you're recording, which is cool. So yeah, I definitely like that for video. And then, so you can get some really good detail when it comes to using them. They both have the Gemini feature as well. I feel like the A16 is a little bit faster, in my opinion. Like, they're both a little bit laggy right there. As you can see, they both take a little bit of time to, load up. But I think the A15 is a little bit slower when I compare them on daily tasks and things like that. So they both have really similar features when it comes to the camera. You can see the features are almost identical right here. And then you also have your video right here, which is almost identical. If you want to see the video test I did do to compare the cameras, then just, you could watch that. I'll have that linked in this video, so you could just click it and get to that video. But yeah, I did notice a fun mode on both of these. So you do have that fun mode on the A15, but I don't see that fun mode. I think they got rid of it on the A16. So just something to keep in mind there. But yeah, those are like this. The fun mode is the Snapchat filters. So if you like Snapchat filters, the A15 does have that still built in. So you can kind of play around with that. And yeah, that's definitely coming in handy if you're the type of person who likes those Snapchat filters. But overall, Let me know what you guys think about both of these devices. I definitely like the Samsung Galaxy A16. I also like the A15. But at the end of the day, it comes down to updates, and the A16 is definitely going to get some more updates. But you're also going to get the headphone jack on the A15, and you're not going to get that on the A16. But you do get water resistance on the A16 versus not having it on the A15. So those are some of the compromises and some of the things that you should keep in mind. Also, both of these devices will have NFC as well. So yeah, let me know which one you would pick, and I'll check you guys later. But if you're still here, just type down below in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. And I'll hit you back. I'll check you guys later. Namaste.